Alright, welcome back guys, and today we're gonna talk about this DNS part. So in the previous video we had did a conversation about this email validation. That on that we were checking that how to validate the email, like check the format of email. And today's video we're gonna find the MX record of the email, and also we're gonna like we're gonna perform the second step of this list. Okay, so we're gonna perform this one and we're gonna find the cname record of the emails. So I will tell you step by step, and we're gonna look at this Node.js library. Like this is the package of Node.js DNS that we're gonna import into our code, and also we're gonna use some of the function of this package. Okay, so mostly we're gonna use this DNS, resolveMx, which gonna find the addresses for us. Okay, so let's do it. So first we're gonna split the email. Like we will just, what we will do when we're gonna post the email from here, we're gonna just split this part. Like after this @ we're gonna split this part from the email, and we're gonna just get this domain name like this DNS, and we're gonna put it into the function, and we're gonna have the addresses into the callback. Okay, so let's start and start doing that. So I'm just create a function for taking a domain from the click domain, and just type an email. And okay, so what it's gonna do, we're gonna split the email from there. So domain equals to email dot split, and it's gonna split the email from the @. Okay, so there would be a two elements in an array. It's gonna separate the two elements into the array. The before this @ gonna be a separate element, and after this @ gonna be a separate element. So we need to find the after this array. So we're gonna return domain 0. So domain gonna be an array after splitting this string, and we need to find the 0th element. So we will find a domain. So let's create another function that's gonna find the DNS record and all the things. So find, so we will get the domain over here. So how will we get that? So first we gotta call this function pick domain from this email. So we are already validating the email. After getting this successful, we're gonna put a check over here if email validate status, if it's gonna be true, so it's gonna start performing, otherwise it will go into the else condition. Okay, so it will, if email validation true, then gonna perform this condition, otherwise it will send the response that email status. Okay, so let's check this out. So we're gonna just pick the domain from here. So how we will get that? I'm gonna do that. So const domain equals to pick domain, and we're gonna put an email inside of this. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do. We're gonna put the email inside of this function, and we will get the domain from this function. Okay, and now after that, what we will do, we're gonna collect the addresses. So address equals to find mx record, and we're gonna put the domain inside of that. Okay, and let's try it out. So just console.log domain. Okay, so let's see what we are getting into this function after the validation. Okay, so send, and you can see we are getting the status as well as we are getting. So you can see we did any mistake. So oh shit. Okay, we don't need to get the 0th element, we need to get the first element, because the indexing of that after this @ would be 1, not 0. So I did the mistake over here, and again let's try it out. So again it is sending the one again. Why? I need to get the one element. So indexing should be 1, it returns 0, it is calling MX record, domain should be there. Let's console the domain over here. Let's console this domain, console.log domain, and let's check this out. Do this, so you can see mail.com. So we need to find this mail.com. So this is the first element of the domain. So it should return okay. I think I should put the await over here. And now let's check it out. What we are getting. Okay. So you can see I'm getting the mail.com right now over here. And just remove this console from here. Okay, so we have got the mail.com over here. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna import that package on DNS equals to require DNS. Okay, so we're gonna require DNS over here. And okay, I did a mistake over here. So these things happen when you are writing a code, just kind of thing, you misspell something or something like that. So don't worry about those things. Okay, so what we're gonna do, cons, no need to do that, just use return, and I'm going to create a promises over here because this is like this function of resolveMx have a callback function. So I need to use a promises for returning a proper addressing, and so I'm going to use the promises, new promise, okay. Promise, and I'm going to call a function inside it. So DNS dot resolve mx, okay, and inside that what we're gonna put the domain and comma callback function. So it will return an error, comma addresses, okay, and it will be also an callback function. So resolve.mx, so if you debug this, you can see it is showing the first argument should be host name, that will be your domain, and second argument will be a callback function. Inside that you will receive the error and addresses. Okay, so if you, so just check this, if you get the error, okay, so just return reject, and inside that reject, whatever you want to return, just return error and message, like should be an object, so just return error, comma message, domain not found. You can type this out, domain not found, okay. And if there's not an error, so you can just see the addresses, cons dot log address, okay. So you can see the address. Okay, so I'm just going to run this function and let's see what we are getting over here. So if we send it, so you can see it is running, and what we are getting, you can see that we are getting the exchange record over here. So you can see we are getting 2 exchange records for the mail.com, first one, and both exchange records have same priority. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to filter a low priority exchange record. So these are kind of exchange record that SMTP server provides, like a domain provide, that you can use multiple addresses for validate your email or fetch your email, like create a SMTP connection with that email. Okay, so those kind of thing you can do. So first of all, we have found our email exchange record. and let me just type some other email, like I'm typing my Gmail address, and if I would send it, try again. So you can see we have got multiple Gmail exchange records. So what we need to do, we just need to find this one because this one is low priority. So we need to create a like logic or something over there that we can just extract this one, like low priority exchange record. So I'm going to fetch this out from here and just check this. So we have completed this function till the layer. We're gonna create a variable like const min equals to, and we're gonna reduce the array into the minimum value. Okay, so just to add address dot reduce. Okay, so we need to find only one object, so we're gonna use the reduce over here. Reduce. Okay, if you know about the how to use reduce function, then it is okay. Otherwise, just let you know, I'll create a separate video on that. Okay, so we need to find an object. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just compare those two values, like if a dot priority is less than b dot priority, a dot priority is less than b dot priority. Okay, so it's gonna return a always, otherwise it will return b. Okay, so that's the thing we need to do over here, and we're gonna resolve. Okay, return resolve. And if you don't know about the promises, that I have already created a separate video on that, how to use promises. Okay, so just check my video on promises. You can find into my video section, and also I will provide the link into the description. Okay, so we're gonna put the address like I'm going to return the address like minimum over here. Okay, so let's check this out, and we're gonna console this. Just put a await over here. Before, we're gonna take a while to return all the response. So console dot log and address. Okay, so just check this. Okay, let's do it. If I will do, you can see I got low priority address from this array. Okay, so this is how we find the MX record of any domain, any email address. So there's another function that you can check your email exists or not into the server. So into DNS, so there's a DNS lookup function that we can use it. So you can see this is a DNS.lookup function that you can use for check like your record of the family must with the value. So it returns a response that your email, like your domain, exists somewhere or not. It doesn't return an address. It will return you an IP or something that related to that domain name. Okay, so that's it from video, and if you like this video, please subscribe. If you had any kind of issue in understanding, so you can comment it into the comment box, and I will let you know that how I did this. So thank you so much guys, thank you for watching, and I'll meet you in the next video. And in the next video I will tell you the last step, how we can connect the SMTP, and how we send the hello command, and how we use the recipient path, and also therefore the 5 cases that we're going to use over there. So thank you so much guys, thank you for watching, and meet you in the next video.